What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video with JKJ fam. The baby's like knocked out right now, so he can't be in our video. But a lot of people have been asking us of like before labor, like the whole like process to labor, and today will be the day we'll be explaining that. So, if you don't mind, baby, you want to get started? You want me to get started? How you want this to
I'm
look?
gonna start it. It was crazy.
Okay.
It was crazy. Because
But you gotta let me explain my part too, though. You know how I reacted to this. Go ahead, you do your thing.
Okay, so first off, I was due July 30th, and we started by I was a week with contractions, and I thought they were Braxton Hicks because they weren't that strong and they weren't that weak either. So it was like, so it was a whole week, and
By the way, she thought it was a girl. God, dude, girl.
And then on a Sunday, we were going to a festival. And
What festival is that again?
The Grease Pole Festival.
Yes, the Grease Pole. It's like when people climb on a pole, Gracie.
And we were sleeping all day that day because I remember. But that night I did not sleep. Like I didn't sleep that whole week, literally like at all. But that specific day on Sunday, it was the worst because they got kind of stronger, and I was just chilling because I didn't know that it was for real this time. So it was a Sunday, and mind you, we're sleeping all day, and I started to get ready. I got up and I started to get ready, and with the fucking contractions, I was still getting ready, and he was getting ready to go to the festival. We're over there, and I have a skirt on, and I'm like all dressed.
I'll show you a picture right about now.
So I was walking a lot throughout the whole festival, walking, and everybody's like touching my belly. Well, people I knew were touching my belly. They're like, "Yo, your belly is so high. Like, girl, you need to be exercising and walking." And I'm like, "What are they talking about?" Like,
but while we were over there, she was getting like contractions, and then we stopped like in the middle of the grease pole competition, and she was like, "Dude, my stomach hurt," and I'm like, "All right, cool." She didn't want to leave, but it hurted so bad that we ended up leaving, and we went home. And then like she stood up all night, but I was just so tired because I worked the previous day and I was off the next day. But she was up all night. I don't know how explain to them how bad it was.
Oh my god, it wasn't that bad at all. Like I thought it was gonna be worse. At the Grease Pole Festival, like I said, we were walking a lot. We were just chilling, like literally just chilling. I did not expect it at all. Like I knew I was getting contractions. I would stop in a corner and I'll just keep walking. After that, I'll be fine. And then we just sat in the front. We were singing and dancing or whatever. And I'm telling, like, I'm getting contractions, but I'm telling him like, it's whatever. It's fine. We don't gotta go yet. And then they got kind of heavier, and I was like, whoa, like, what's going on? So I told him, let's just go home because I'm getting tired. Like, I don't want to be here no more. Well, we went home. It was time to go to bed, and I did not sleep at all. At all.
She was telling me that she had like sharp pain.
Yeah, it was bad. I was like, I didn't wake him up, to be honest, because I was like, maybe it's nothing. Like, it literally felt like cramps. So, and the problem was, like, there were contractions, but they were so, like, close. They're supposed to be, when there's contractions, it's supposed to be far, like an hour or every 2 hours, and then they get shorter. Mine were like, boom, every 6 minutes, every 20 minutes, every half hour, and then every 5 minutes. So it was like weird. It was like inconsistent. So I was mad confused, and the next morning, it was like 6 or 7 in the morning, and my mom was on my ass, okay? My mom knew everything that was going on. I don't know how, but my mom was like...
She has them grandma senses going on.
She was texting me throughout the whole night. She's like, are you okay? What's going on? And I'm going to go over there. And I'm like, dude, it's fine. Like, it's not that bad. Like, it's not an emergency.
But it wasn't the due date either. When was the due date again?
July 30th.
30th.
And it was the 22nd already. So my mom came that morning. It was already like 5 or 6. It was still early as hell because you didn't even wake up yet. Not to be nasty with them, but I had diarrhea too. So
You did?
It was mad confusing. I'm like, what the hell?
Ew.
And I was throwing up, so I'm like, why? I was like, am I getting sick? Am I getting the flu or something? And my mom was like, well, it happens, da da da. So I'm like, whatever. So they got kind of heavier, like, you know, little by little.
That was at the morning time when your mom came, actually.
It was. I just said that.
Because because your mom was like, oh, she's probably going into labor, and I thought she was, but I thought it was just like because she was having these a lot, and I was like, you know what?
Yeah, like for a whole week I was getting those.
Yeah.
So I was like, it's whatever. It's probably just a false alarm again. So he's making breakfast, and I'm in the room getting nauseous because of the smell, whatever.
But then her mom was like, oh, I think she's gonna have the baby, so I'm over here running around nervous and stuff, trying to pack the bags because she's in pain. Like clothes and everything, and making breakfast. I can't even eat my breakfast because she ended up.
I didn't even eat that day. I just took a pill. And
But she didn't sleep all night though. This is the big key is that she didn't get no rest because she was in pain the whole entire time. So they were like keeping count of like how long was the contraction and when would it stop.
I was writing them down. Like something told me to. I was on my notes on Apple on my phone, and I was writing them down, and I don't know why, but I didn't get up and like be hurting or nothing. I was just laying down in bed, and I just kept grabbing the blanket and just, you know, squeezing it every time I got contractions.
That was at nighttime, but throughout the morning time, you was on the chair just like bending over the whole time. That's
when they were getting a little bit worse. Throughout in the morning, they were getting bad. And mind you, that same day, I had an appointment with my OBGYN. Yeah.
I just farted. That sounds bad. Okay, go ahead, keep going, baby.
I'm mad stupid. I had an appointment that day, and they were supposed to check me, but I called my OBGYN, and my mom told me to call my midwife, and I told her, I'm like, what's going on, because I'm getting pain or whatever. She's like, oh, it's probably a false alarm, like, I'll just check you later. My appointment was at 2, mind you, it was like 6 in the morning. So, whatever. I'm getting them heavier and heavier, and my mom's telling me, like, no, you're not gonna cry, you're not gonna sit down, you're gonna get up, you're gonna fucking bounce on that ball, you're gonna start exercising.
I ended up getting her a medicine ball.
Yeah,
she bounced on it like a lot.
My mom was on my ass and telling me, you're gonna bounce on that ball, so I was in contractions and bouncing on that ball. He kept telling me, you're not gonna cry, you're not gonna cry, you're not gonna cry. So I'm trying to be strong and hold that shit in.
I was seeing like we were in NFL, like we were going to the Super Bowl, like at that moment. But yeah, let's just speed it up a little bit.
And I told my mom, I'm like, let's go. And then she's like, just wait a little bit. In like 10 minutes, I had the bad ones. Like I was like, let's go. And my mom was like, okay, it's time. So I'm exercising.
I like telling this fact. So while she was exercising, I can tell you guys I was packing the bags, whatever, etc. She ended up getting. I actually got her dressed because she couldn't get dressed, and her mom helped me out. So she ended up getting in the car, but I was waiting for the car to warm up because it's kind of chilly out here in the morning. So I let the car warm up, and we were coming outside with the bag. So I'm throwing everything in the back seat. And I had like the car seat in the bag. I had the babies, everything, you know. And then she gets in the car, but she's like having pain. But she's like on the door, like going, like wanting to yell that she was in pain. And I felt so bad, you know what I'm saying? There's nothing I really could do, but to support him, like everything's gonna be okay. Let's go into the hospital and to see what they're gonna say to us. So she got in the car, and like she like is all legs in the air, like booty. Like towards the mirror, like towards the glass on the dashboard. Her head's on the reclining part, and I'm like, yo, you okay? So she turned around, and like I look, I'm like, yo, your pants are wet, bro. And like it was just like a splash. Oh my god, I remember this day. This is crazy.
Wow.
And then I'm like, shit, I think the baby's coming, and I'm like,
okay, that's not how it happened.
No, it wasn't.
No.
Right. I'll be the person to exaggerate the story.
Yeah, literally.
But long story short, I thought the baby was coming, and her contractions got They got
my water broke on our way there.
In the
in
car.
the hospital. Okay. I noticed it though. He was driving and my mom was behind us on the way
But I seen it too because my seat was wet.
He was halfway there. He noticed that the seat was wet, and I looked and I was like, because I got scared. I thought I peed
and I'm
myself.
like, but I'm doing speed limit. I'm doing the speed limit. I'm like, what the?
And
I'm
then,
like, what's wrong with you? She's like, I think my water broke.
I'm like, no, I thought it was pee, and then I'm like, wait, I think my water just broke.
Did I smell it?
No, you didn't. You smelled it after.
I was like,
he touched it and smelled it. He was like, okay, this is not pee.
Yeah.
So he speeded up, whatever. We got
there.
I
hit this the best part. I hit like 90, like straight, smoking everything, going, you know. Oh, sorry, I didn't do that.
I didn't forget it. You smoked everything.
Yeah, I smoked everything, you know. Long story short, and we got to the hospital. I threw my keys at the guy. We was just getting in there.
We got there and he was like, okay, park the car because she's about to go into labor. They put me in a wheelchair, and mind you, my mom does not know nothing that's going on. She's behind us in her car. So we called her and we told her my water broke, and she was so excited. I was excited, honestly, because I was like, okay, this is for real.
Yeah, we left her mom like 10 blocks down.
So we met up with her over there. While I'm in the wheelchair, I'm crying. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so happy. I'm so excited.
But she's tired as hell. Like, she's falling asleep.
Literally.
Like,
falling asleep.
She couldn't keep up, but she was excited. And then they rushed us into the room and stuff. They were checking on the babies, like,
No, yeah. They put my monitors. They changed me, whatever. And I'm there, and there's water. Well, my water was still, open and all that shit. And I'm bleeding, and I'm just cooling, because I'm like, wow, like, I'm here, like, it's, wow.
It's official.
Like, yeah, it's official.
Me, I personally thought it was a game. Like, having a baby, it was a game. Like, when he came into this world, it was just like a whole different story.
Well, when I got there, I had my favorite midwife was there that day, so I was happy as hell. She got there. She was checking me. As soon as she checked me, she said, you're 6 centimeters. And then the problem was that he was coming upside down. So they had to put me, I don't know if you guys know, the peanut ball. I hate that shit bad.
So funny.
They had me on the peanut ball. She got there. She was checking me. As soon as she checked me, she said, you're 6 centimeters. And then the problem was that he was coming upside down. So they had to put me, I don't know if you guys know, the peanut ball. I hate that shit bad.
So funny.
They had me on the peanut ball. And I was there for a good almost an hour, and I was literally about to cry because it hurted so bad. Like, it just hurt bad, because you feel his head right there, and you can't do shit. You can't push. They say you can't push unless you feel his head come
Until you dilate. You had to dilate a little bit more, right?
Mm-hmm. So when she came again to check me, she said, you're 9 centimeters. You can push now.
They broke your water, though, right?
No, they didn't.
They didn't?
Babe, they didn't break my water.
Oh, yeah.
In the car.
Okay, whatever. So, go ahead, keep going.
So, they checked out 9 centimeters
crazy.
or whatever, and he was just excited as hell. My mom was excited. Everybody kept getting there. I told him, you're in charge of calling everybody. Family
She didn't even
members,
have to tell you all the charge. I already called everybody. Everybody's on their way. Freaking, it was.
My grandma rushed in the room. I wasn't supposed to have my grandma in the room. It was him, my grandma, my mom. It's supposed to be 2. She was in the room there, supporting me and helping me a lot. My mom was there, and so was he. I'm holding his hand. He's holding mine. I'm getting scared.
But she's over here ripping my arm off, literally, bro. Like, she had like an ego grip that she didn't want to let go. And then I was like, when it was time for her to push, she's like, don't leave my side. I'm like, I'm not, but I have to go, to the special down there to grab the baby. Because the baby was already coming out. I had to grab the baby and cut the umbilical cord. Like, that was the
while
most...
I was pushing, I was trying to get, like, distracted. I don't know, like, looking at the room, looking at the nurses, thinking about something else, thinking about food. Because I was like, I do not want to cry, and I do not want to ask them for an epidural or nothing. Like, I don't want to, like... I don't want to go crazy.
You were saying, oh... Forget that. I'm going to get epidural.
Okay, but
I was like, no, you're going to do this natural. I was like, you got this. Let's go. And she was getting aggravated because I was like so pumped. But it was really good.
Anyway, yeah, what happened? Well, I started to push and I didn't know how to push. I was telling her, I was like, I don't know how to do this. I never done this. She's like, you're gonna be fine. Whatever you do, I'm gonna correct you. So I'm pushing and I kid you not, I was pushing for a good hour, almost 2, and I was getting ready to cry because I was getting really aggravated, and it just hurted bad. But the video, you guys seen the video, and I think it was just a blessing.
Actually, that video got like got a lot of views. It's crazy.
I pushed him out, and I was like, listen, after this push, I give up. Like, that's it, because there's no fight in me no more. Like, I was just so tired. I was falling over nothing. Like, I don't want to, like... I don't want to go crazy.
You were saying, oh, forget that. I'm going to get epidural.
Okay, but...
And I was like, no, you're going to do this natural. I was like, you got this. Let's go. Let's go. And she was getting aggravated because I was, like, so pumped. But it was really good moment.
Anyway, yeah, what happened? Well, I started to push, and I didn't know how to push. I was telling her, I was like, I don't know how to do this. I never done this. She's like, you're gonna be fine. Whatever you do, I'm gonna correct you. So I'm pushing and I kid you not, I was pushing for a good hour, almost 2, and I was getting ready to cry because I was getting really aggravated, and it just hurted bad. But the video, you guys seen the video. And I think it was just a blessing.
Actually, that video got like got a lot of views. It's crazy.
I pushed him out, and I was like, listen, after this push, I give up. Like, that's it, because there's no fight in me no more. Like, I was just so tired. I was falling asleep during labor. I was falling asleep, and he kept waking me up. He said, babe, come on, you gotta wake up. You got, like, what are you doing? My nurse was like, you gotta stop breathing like that and breathe, like, fine, because you're gonna pass out. And I'm trying to, like, get it together, literally.
But she already passed out once, though. But that was a long story. We'll talk about that another day.
But, yeah, I was just trying to get distracted. Point blank of the story is, the only reason why you guys seen in the video that I was so calm was because, one, my support system, which was him, my mom, and my grandma, and I thank them a lot, and I appreciate them a lot. And my midwives, too. Man, if you're pregnant, or you're decided to get pregnant,
you better have some
literally,
midwives.
you better have some midwives.
Because you don't want a lot of people
that is the best
decision
you can do, is get midwives, get OBGYN to check you all the time.
Yeah.
And nothing, like, they just helped me out, and they were there supporting me. My OBGYN, my midwife, whatever, they were there like, you're doing a great job, you got this. Right after, they was like, you did such a good job, like, I'm so surprised. And that was literally such a blessing, because they treated me so good at the hospital. And nothing, the birth was, at the end of the day, it was easy, and I would do it again. But
oh, hell no. But, are you done, baby?
I think I'm done.
She thinks she's done. So, make sure you guys go like and subscribe to JKG Family. Share this video. If you guys like it, give it a fat, juicy thumbs up.
And yeah, y'all, by the way, was waiting for me to do this video, and I'm always busy. You're always tired. You're always dealing with the baby.
Work.
And he told me to do this video, so I was like, let's
I actually
do it.
forced her today.
And get this out the way,
guys.
because I've been wanting to do this, but I just never had time to.
But you guys have a beautiful night. Deuces.